Hey everybody out there on YouTube, this is Kingpin PKR 316 coming at you with another haul video. So let's check out what I got today. I got Damian, Son of Batman, #1. Andy Kubert does the art and the story of this. This was a good story. It's a fun story. Considering that, Batman doesn't really... I don't want to get into it, but... I don't know if everybody read it or not. What I like about this is, sorry about moving around the camera. What I like about this is the paper is really different. I don't know if and a comic book mom commented on this. It's almost like newspaper paper, but it isn't. It's definitely different. I like it a lot. You could check out they still give you the glossy cover, but the paper on the inside is much different. The second book I got was, I get mostly all the Batman books, is Batman Dark Knight #24. Batman's actually not even in this book. It's a story about Clayface. I guess you could say it's an origin story. It was alright. It was, it was a pretty quick read. It wasn't bad. I actually watched a few videos where people didn't like this comic. I thought it was pretty good. Now this is a really quick read. I must have read this in like 8 minutes. Now I like Jock's artwork, and I do like the story. He's stuck on a planet, and with a kid, he's got to figure out how to get off the planet. But I swear I don't even think it took me 8 minutes to read this book. It's like the dialogue on this is, and it's a $4 book too. I normally don't complain about prices. I just kind of go with it. But for $4, you'd think you'd get a little more than, And I'm not a speed reader. And it took me, taken me less than 8 minutes to read that book. Now here's Wolverine and the X-Men 37, which is part 9 of the chapter 9 of the Battle of the Atom. There was a really cool, here it is. Look how cool that is. I'll back up and I'll show everybody the picture of that. There's a lot going on in that battle right there. That was a really, really, really cool picture. Those 2 pages like that. I thought that was awesome. I wanted to show that off. Really good story. I read it. I liked how it ended. I thought it was pretty good. This is Battle of the Atom, part 2. Which turns out to be chapter 10. This is Battle of the Atom, Uncanny X-Men #12, which happens to be chapter 4, but this is the Emma Frost, who is it? I believe it's, sorry, this is the 1 in 50 variant for that. I thought that was a pretty cool cover, so I picked that up. Here's Justice League 24, which I'm sure a lot of people have read already. This is a really good story. I think Mr. Fix-It Smash, the Mr. Fix-It Smash, commented that it's rare that you get both DC and Marvel having a great story like between Infinity and Forever Evil at the same time. But he's absolutely right. This is a really good story, and Infinity's really good too. So that's Justice League 24. This is Justice League of America #8. This is a really cool cover too. You see the lasso caught up in Aquaman's trident. You see Superman's cape, Green Lantern, Flash. All this stuff is crushed into those rocks because they're gone. Now this I read that I can't read until I read I think the second trade paperback of Aquaman, because it's the Trial of the Others, and that's what that had to do with. But a lot of people really like Aquaman, so I had to try it. So I'm trying to get a few back issues, and I'm going to get as close as I can, and then I'll get 1 or 2 trades. I'll either get the first 2 trades and try to collect. I think I have like 6 of these issues now, but I had to pick up the annual, and hopefully I get to start reading that soon. This is, I I think this is really good. This is the DC Universe versus the Masters of the Universe #2. There's Skeletor on the cover. There's He-Man, Superman, Man-at-Arms, Wonder Woman, Batman. I think you got the Flash over there. No, that's Teela. Sorry. I don't know how we got that mixed up. I like this story a lot. I wish they did more stuff like this. This is pretty good. You get the this has been out for a little bit because I haven't done a video in a while, so I don't think I'm spoiling anything. You get at the end, you get what you want. You get the battle between He-Man and Superman, and now we gotta wait for part 3 to see what happens. Let's see, Batman saying, "What have you done?" And he stabs Superman with his sword. Something that we thought that couldn't happen. So I'm really enjoying that. Masters of the Universe. DC Universe versus the Masters of the Universe. Part 2. This is Batman Black and White, which is really awesome. I'm digging the artwork in this. This is one. They give you 4 or 5 short stories in this, which is pretty cool. But if you look, you know, it's all done in black and white, which is different. I don't need to read the same stuff all the time like that. It's cool when they make up something that's a little bit different. Poison Ivy's in that one. This is Batman Black and White Part 2. Just flip through a few pages here, show you what it's about. So the inside cover. That's the back cover. This is Infinity Part 4. This is really good. This has a really good battle in it. It's an overall great story. It really is. I'm trying to, what I'm trying to do is, that's pretty cool, right? See? And I'm trying to get, because I collect a lot of the tie-ins, so I'm trying to get them in order. And if I get them all in order, I want to read them all in order. Now, I picked up 2 back issues. This was just something fun that I seen that I thought would be cool to get. This is What If #25. What if Thor and the Avengers battle the gods? And it's from... When's it from? It's got that Marvel Comics Groups logo on the top. 75-cent cover. It's from 1980. So this is, you know, this looks pretty cool. Every once in a while, if I see something cool like that, I grab it. On top of the Uncanny X-Men and the Amazing Spider-Man back issues that I always try to get. And this is the Marvel Team-Up, Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four, which is a really cool issue. It's the double-sized, the special double-sized 100th issue. And this is 75 cents, too. And I thought it was I think they battle Karma in here. Look, the Daffy Duck Show. I love these old advertisements. When I read these books, I think that's a trip. Reading these old advertisements that they got in there. There's Spider-Man. Yeah, I love these books. I don't know if because I grew up around this time or what, but those books are awesome to me. Now I picked up some trades that I wanted to show. I picked up some trades that I wanted to show. I picked up Sabretooth Open Season. And this chronicles collecting Sabretooth 1 through 4. It's pretty short, as you could see. It's not that thick, but you know, I like Sabretooth, so I thought it'd be something different to get. Switch it up. Now this I got. This is the Grant Morrison run of New X-Men. This chronicles. Now this back cover. This is actually a I guess you'd call it a key issue. It's the first appearance of Phantom X. I have 2 copies of this somewhere. I saw them and I got them pretty cheap, so I picked them up. This chronicles X-Men 127 to 141. This is actually part 2. And I'm looking forward to getting into this, because I was out of comics for, like, I'd say I didn't collect comics for 20 years, so there's cool stuff that I want to pick up that I'm not necessarily going to get in comic books. I try, but I see, you know, how feasible it is to grab the issues, and then when I go to the store and I see it in the trade, I'll grab it. Now, this is part 1. This collects 114 to 126. They didn't have part 3, so I got to go back and I got to try to find part 3. But part 3 is not there. I'll go to my local shop and see if they have part 3. Now, I like G.I. Joe a lot. I thought this was a cool cover. Snake Eyes is awesome. I don't know how many of you guys like G.I. Joe out there. I know a lot of you guys are into Transformers, but I always liked G.I. Joe more than Transformers. As a kid, watched the cartoons. I watched the Transformers cartoons, but I was really into G.I. Joe. And I should do a video one day of all the G.I. Joe toys I have, like the vehicles and everything. But this looks pretty cool. They're actually up to part 3 of this, or I think 3's coming out pretty soon. And so I wanted to collect this. This is the IDW collection. And it's a pretty thick book. You see, you got Snake Eyes on the back holding his knife. So that was pretty cool. And I have 3 books that I had for a little bit that I just never showed. And this is Batman Court of Owls Volume 1. And I forget who commented, but somebody commented, you know, these books are pretty cool to have, so you don't have to go messing around with your back issues if you ever want to look something up, or you feel like reading it over again. And I highly recommend that. You get some of these issues that are really good, and you don't want to mess with them. And that's pretty good. I got Detective Comics Volume 1, Faces of Death, which is, you know, this is a good story too. I think they give you the first 6 issues, if I'm not mistaken. And let's see. Collects issues 1 through 7. It gives you the first 7 issues. Here's the doll maker. The Joker's going to ask him to cut his face off. And this is the hardcover. This is the hardcover of... I'll get these out of the way. Of Night of the Owls, which is pretty cool. This collects, you know, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Catwoman, Batgirl, Nightwing. This has all those. It's got a nice little dust jacket. You can't see it, but it's got like a Batman carved in emblem right there. And it's, see, you see the guy from the Court of Owls. There's Jason Todd, Nightwing, Batgirl, Bird of Prey. They have the Bird of Prey part tie-in in this. So it's definitely a cool book. But this has been out a while, so I'm sure a lot of people have got it. But I thought it was pretty cool, and I never showed it, so I thought I'd show it today. Well, thanks everybody for watching. This is Kingpin PKR 316 saying have a nice day. Everybody, I hope you got what you want at the comic book store this week. Bye.